I'm Jenny. I'm figuring out my 40s here on YouTube. Today I want to talk about something that has been discussed ad nauseum, probably daily for the last couple weeks on a Reddit group that I'm on. What are you prepping? Everyone's asking, what are you prepping? What are you prepping? And everyone has a different answer. I wanted to go over some of the main things that I am prepping. I hate that word, prepping. I discussed this with my boyfriend today. Prepping has such a weird connotation. I prefer preparing. That was his idea, preparing. I'm preparing for the future because I don't know what the future brings. Who knows what kind of inflation we're going to have in the coming weeks, the coming months. Are there going to be tariffs? Who knows? One day there are tariffs, next day there's not. One day there's huge extra costs on shipping things through DHL and the other shippers from China. The next day there isn't. Did you see that? People were getting charged like an extra $150 on like a $20 t-shirt. Who knows what the prices are going to be like. I was going to get into later, but like yesterday, I bought some of these Indian treats that I really, really like. They've been out of stock for a while at my Indian grocery store, and the price went up when they had it in stock the other day. So I went online and I looked, and I found a website that had them for I buy them for $6, and actually I think they were $6.99. And then I found this website that had them for $4.50. And I was like, well, heck, that's a big difference. So I bought them all. They had 9 of them. So I bought all 9 of them. And then this morning, I went back to the grocery store online because I thought, well, I wonder if they have more randomly today. And yeah, they did. They did have more today. But they also had them at $8.50. So between last night of me buying them and this morning, the manager at the online store decided the price needed to be at $8.50. And everyone else, I mean, that's probably the going rate for them now because everyone else had them for like $70. And I got them for $4.50. I'm never going to get them again for $4.50. Probably won't even get them for $6 again. So we just don't know what prices are going to be there tomorrow. So I am stockpiling. I'm stockpiling for inflation. I'm stockpiling for zombies. I'm stockpiling for power outages, for who knows what other reason. So let's get into it. I'm stockpiling food, seeds, and supplies. I am stockpiling very few canned goods. What are we doing? I do not like canned goods that much. I like fresh stuff. And I live in the country. I live on 17 acres and I have space to grow. I've got seeds. I've got a lake in the back, so if we need water, I can always water stuff. I did try living off grid for a while a couple years ago, and the hardest part was that I wasn't able to grow things because I didn't have access to easy water. Like I didn't have a hose. All the water I had to bring in containers in the back of my truck and haul it in. And it makes you realize how much water you're using, how much water you need, and how much water you need for extra stuff, like growing things. I killed so many plants. Anyway, I have a lake, so I can always kind of water stuff. So I'm not getting a lot of the canned vegetables. If you live in the city, if you live in a suburb, you probably want to get the canned fruit. But anyway, we're talking about me and what I'm doing. You can always decide what you're going to do. So I don't have too many, although I do have... I've got a whole pile of stuff over here. And I did record this video like 30 minutes ago and I didn't like it. So re-recording. So all that stuff back there was the stuff I tossed over my shoulder when it was done. I go to Ollie's a lot when I see a good deal at Ollie's. I tend to buy a bunch of them. So these are organic tomato paste, cans of tomato paste. It's Roma tomatoes. It's good stuff. I usually get this from Walmart for like 90 cents to maybe like $1. I think anyway. It's regularly priced at $1.79 and they priced it for 79 cents. I got 12 of these. I make tomato sauces. I can make soups, curries, a whole bunch of stuff with, I keep wanting to drop it. Let's put it down. With cans of tomato paste, and everything's falling. So yeah, I get the tomato paste canned, but I also get condiments that are jarred, canned, bottled. Ketchup, I get a lot of ketchups. When I find something I like and then I see it, again, this was from Ollie's, I make sure to get it. This is a really cool tomato ketchup. This is a blend of veggies. It's tomato concentrate, butternut squash, sugar, carrot puree, onion powder, spices, natural flavoring, salt, squash, and squash puree. Oh no, that was butternut squash. I like it, and I think that this will sustain us until our butternut squash plants have grown and ripened. And then I also have a bunch of seeds. We're going to talk about seeds. I have a bunch of seeds and for tomatoes. So hopefully eventually, and I'm growing carrots, I can make this from my garden. We'll see. But until then, I have 4 of these to last us. I also have pickles because, this is a pickle jar. I was looking for this. I'm gonna pickle some stuff that I've got in the kitchen. I keep the pickle juice. Do you keep your pickle juice? Want not, waste not. Or is it waste not, want not? Waste not, want not is what I grew up being told. Anyway, I've got pickles too. I think I threw them over here. Oh yeah, here's some pickles. Pickles have gone up in price. Even at Dollar General, I think this was like $4, $3 and change. Everything's getting more and more and more expensive. I could pick up some vinegar. I did see that if for $1.60, I think at Ollie's the other day. I might on my next trip pick up some white distilled vinegar. Then I can use it for cleaning, and I can use it to make pickles myself when these run out. So moving on from the canned goods, I'm also getting, I have a lot of seeds. I want to do a seed haul video, and I'll show you all the seeds that I've got from Baker Seeds and from my collection. But I also do pick up vegetables that I know that we like with the intention of, I'm going to have to eat this tomorrow anyway, of saving seeds. It smells so good. Oh, these green peppers, bell peppers, they've gone up in price incredibly. I'm very price conscious. I don't like to pay things. I'm spend thrifty and price conscious, and that makes for someone who complains a lot about prices. So when I see a good deal, when things are on sale, I tend to buy them. Or sometimes when they're not on sale. For grains, I'm picky. I really am. I'm picky. I know what I like. I know what I don't like. I don't like artificial stuff. I don't like the artificial flavorings and the sweeteners like high fructose corn syrup. I don't like colorings. So I try to buy things that I like when they're at a good price. And I have a feeling that stuff from Europe, like pastas from Europe, are going to go up in price. And I already bought out the Winn-Dixie when they had their Barilla Italian pastas on sale. I bought them out because they were lower priced than the American ones, and like they're better. And we ate through those, so I bought these to stockpile. They're going to be put up in the shelf. We're not going to eat them. How many? I got 6 of them. And let's just say that things go bad. Like things are like we're in a bad state. You're going to eat less. I think that's probably easier for me to say because I don't have kids. I have dogs. And why are you going crazy? it's hard to think and listen to them. I have dogs, I don't have kids, and I guess if you have kids, you have to buy a lot more food, but I have a boyfriend who eats a lot. He did tell me the other day that he's not stockpiling because he's waiting for me to eat all of my food and then die. And then he would eat me because he knew that I was very nutritious and full of Italian and Taiwan and Italian, Indian and other good foods in the tequila from Mexico. And I have all the good stuff. And so he would be eating well when I die and he's eating me. That's always settling, right? Or dissettling. So anyway, let's see. Spices, condiments, pastas. Oh, speaking of stockpiling. Ugh. I buy my rice in bulk. And like I said, I am very picky. I like Japanese rice and I really like rice from Taiwan. I used to live in Taiwan. The grocery store near me has been importing short grain Taiwan rice, and I have like 5 of these. They go in the freezer. When you stockpile rice, you have to make sure that you take some kind of effort to kill the egg that is inside the rice. It's not that there's a bug flying around your house and that it's going to get into the rice. The egg is already there. If there was a problem in the field, but they had the bugs, they're called weevils. And they're like little teeny weeny little beetles. They're cute, but they're not. And yeah, they're in the rice. They are not outside the rice. It's not in your house. It's in the rice. So I put mine in the freezer, and actually I just leave it in the freezer. I have a big chest freezer, so it can stay there in the freezer. And if it has to come out, it comes out. But I know that the bugs are gone. What else? So I also really like macaroni and cheese. I like this macaroni and cheese because the cheese sauces in this, it's very sharp. It's seriously sharp. And if I add extra water, I can also add vegetables. I can add other stuff to this and it doesn't dilute the flavor. There are other macaroni and cheeses out there where if you add extra stuff to it, the flavor of the cheese just like dissipates. And then it's like, why am I eating this? And I found with this Cabot, I like Cabot cheese anyway. I found with the Cabot, it stays really, really sharp. It's $1.59 at the moment. And Annie's used to be like under $1, right? It used to be super cheap, and now it's like $2.50. So hopefully you stay cheap. But I bought up a bunch of these just in case. And they're a good meal. It's like a base of a meal that has flavor already. You don't have to have extra spices and sauces. Oh, they're beans. So I have in my kitchen a lot of beans, lentils, chickpeas, different kinds of chickpeas, because I go to the Indian store and I've got green ones and yellow ones and regular ones. And same with the lentils. I've got green ones and yellow and red and all kinds of beans. I get these from the food bank. And I know I sound like some kind of, I tell people these things, I get it from the food bank. I know I sound like some kind of poor person. I'm thrifty, I'm cheap, I don't want to spend money. People who go to the food bank, they don't want the beans. They don't. So it ends up these food banks are just overflowing with lentils and beans because the people who are producing the food are like, oh, these are a good staple food. If you don't have money, you should be eating these kinds of poor people food. And the poor people don't want the food. They want I'm trying not to be critical. I've just worked in a lot of food banks and done a lot of volunteer work, and I've watched people what they buy. And they don't want the lentils. So the lentils just kind of like sit there. Well, I take the lentils. Lentils you can turn into bread. You can use them in soups. You can, there's so much you can do with lentils. Or you can just like cook them and eat them like a rice or like a grain. They're easy, they're quick, and they're free. So who doesn't like free stuff? But you have to, I guess, like them. But if you're going hungry, my theory is if we don't have electricity here and I can't get to the gas station or I can't get to the store, which most cases stores are like 45 minutes to an hour and a half away, I'm going to eat some beans and some lentils and my fancy rice from Taiwan. One thing, so I keep a lot of spices on hand too, because beans get boring. Beans are boring. Yeah, here's one of them. At the Indian store, I like to get these spice packs. I guess if you like Indian food, if you like spices, then these would be good. I like Indian food, so I get these spice packs. I always get the butter chicken when they're in stock. Lately, they've not been in stock, and I'm kind of curious why. What ingredient is not available? So on this last trip, I got this Goan Vindaloo. It's a tangy and spicy curry. Now, I got one of them. This is my thing. I usually buy one of something when I have never had it before. I try it out very quickly. If I like it, then I'll go back to the store and get like 6 of them because I'm stockpiling. I'll get like 6 of them and I'll put them in the pantry to have for later. And like I said, I haven't tried this one yet. But the one that I usually like, the butter chicken, it's not in stock anymore. The Indian store that I talked about a few minutes ago, where I bought the sweet treats from, that the price went up, they were out of the butter chicken too. So something's going on. So now I don't trust that the butter chicken's going to be around. Maybe they're changing it up. I don't know. Actually, they did change it. Like this is it's a wet pouch, and they changed it to a dry spice mix. And I didn't quite like it. And I wonder if they're going to go back to the wet one with like the wet oils. Hopefully they do. I like this. Mother's recipe, if you're listening, we like the oil one. So yeah, beans get boring. So have spices on hand. I like Kinder. I get Kinders from Sam's. Where were the other Kinders? I've got another one here. This is a fire roasted jalapeno lime sauce. I go to the Asian store and I get a Japanese spice that you can, like a spice mix that you can put on rice to flavor your rice. So essentially, I'm trying to find ways to have simple, easy to prepare meals that don't require a lot of ingredients. So I could make, a big bowl of rice and put some spices on top of it, and it makes a meal. You don't have to have all of the chicken and the this and the that and the bread and everything. You can just make a simple meal. So when the zombies come, you don't want to be sitting in the kitchen for 2 hours cooking. You just want to make your rice, put a spice on it, and run away, right? I want to talk about oils. I also stockpile oils. Now, when I say stockpile oils, this will last me 6 months. I know how long this will last me, so I know that I don't need a lot. I have 2 of these because if you buy them, this is Member's Mark. I buy it from, I buy it from Sam's. I don't know why that took so long. I buy it from Sam's. They sell them in pairs. I noticed during COVID, the oil disappeared. It was really fun walking around Walmart during COVID. Any of you do this? We weren't really on lockdown here in Florida, so I could kind of meander. And I'm turning red. Oh. I went to Sam's one day and everything was, stocked. There was so much oil. And then the governor said, oh, we're going to do like a kind of sort of lockdown. Maybe, I think so. And everyone went crazy, bought all their toilet paper and their frozen pizzas and their SpaghettiOs. Not joking, those are the things that went the first. The oil disappeared. It was gone. It vanished. I mean, the big containers of oil, all of it was gone. The whole huge, 3 sections of a Walmart shelf, all of it was gone. I commented on that with the chef at a restaurant that we frequented, and she said, Jenny, everybody fries food. Don't you fry food? And I'm like, not really. And she's like, well, I fry food. And I think she probably picked up a lot of oil too, because that oil was gone. So I stockpile enough for myself for like 6 months if I can. Like, I know how much I'm going to eat in 6 months. This is for sure like 6 months. I'm going to be doing a month of a water fast as well. So I did get a lot of tea. I got different kinds of teas from Ollie's. They had a huge shipment of teas. I like this tea. I like a bunch of other teas. So I'm going to do water fasts. And we're going to do a water fast on this channel where hopefully I get back down to like a decent weight. I lost weight in Germany and now being back in the US and eating burgers and really not that great of food. And I've gained it all back. All right. Yeah, we can segue into health and supplies. So I also have coconut oil, and this has been with me for a while. Like, this was back when I had horses. I used to put on my horses' feet. So I don't use this for food because it's been used with my horses, but it's still good for me for like skin and nails. And I like to make sure that I have enough of the things that I need for myself. I got some moisturizer that's been kind of good, actually. It's kind of like the LMS marine algae and collagen tripeptide. And anyway, I think I'm going to do another video on healthcare and stuff. I buy my shampoos and conditioners in larger sizes to save money. I buy them when they're on sale. This was regularly $20. I bought it for $16. This one, even though it wasn't exactly on sale, it cost less than what was at the beauty supply store. So I bought this. This will last me a while. And I already have some conditioner. I might need to buy another bottle of conditioner because I really am afraid of prices going up. I really, really am. With the price of gas going up soon, a friend of mine in California was saying that she was expecting prices to jump higher and higher. In California, what are they going to be like in Florida? I don't know. And if gas prices go up, then freight prices go up and consumer prices go up. So that's really what I'm prepping for, is consumer stuff. I'm going to do a box opening of this, but one second. So earlier, I don't know if I said it, but I live in the country. It's hard to get stuff out here, like really nice stuff. So you have to order out for it. And for my birthday, I had a discount for a birthday purchase, and I resupplied myself with my skin peels. I want to do some more skin peels this year and work on my mid-40s glow up and work on some imperfections in my skin. So I ordered the bulk size and I stocked up on this. The price is probably going to go up. It always goes up. Nothing goes down in price. But we'll do an unboxing of the skin supply stuff. I also have soap. So again, this video is about what I stockpile for myself. I found this soap at a discount store near me where they sell things that didn't sell for other companies or businesses. And this is an Amish farm bar soap. I think they changed the logo. I think I looked this up when I bought it, of like, why is it on sale? And I think the company changed the logo and this was the old stuff. I love this stuff. Oh my gosh, I'm still using the same bar for like a month. And I bought it for $5. 6 huge bars, and they are big. I mean, these really are big. They're like chunks of like Amish soap, and they're all natural clay. They smell nice, smell fresh, but not fragrancy fresh. $5. I go to all these stores, like Ollie's, this one, I forgot the name of it. There's a couple other discount stores, the food banks, to get all, like, we have a food bank near us that has a lot of closeouts as well. Like a company, let's just say that a company didn't sell a few pallets of stuff and it's nearing the expiration date. They give it to this food bank that distributes it to the community. And it's there. It needs to be used, otherwise it's going to get thrown away. So I get stuff for free. And check out in your community if there's stuff that you can get for free, because there's always stuff that, you know, manufacturers or sellers, they're either going to throw it away or they're going to find someone who will take it. And there's no shame in getting stuff for free. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, the last thing that I'm going to talk about. Two things. One, I went to the feed store today because like I said, I've got the dogs. I've also got chickens outside. There's a cat right there. The cat and the dogs have been eating my food. So I don't use a lot of salt. You'll see I didn't really stockpile salt. I do have a big container of salt, but I don't really use much salt. And I am mindful of like what dogs cannot eat, like onions and chocolates and things like that. But they can eat rice. They can eat vegetables. Ralph loves broccoli. He loves vegetables. He loves squash. So I make them their food. They get rice with all kinds of vegetables, eggs. If I have chicken, then they usually get the chicken bones, or I'll put the chicken bones, like for the small ones, I'll put it on top of the rice as it cooks. So the flavor from the chicken and the bones kind of like seeps into their food. But I don't need to go and buy more dog food, because essentially they're eating human food. They're eating food. I don't actually feed them my rice. I do get them their own rice, like a cheaper American long grain rice that they don't care about the flavor. They don't care if it's chewy. I like it to be chewy. So they're covered, and I don't have to buy any dog food. It simplifies things. That's my goal, to simplify. The chickens, however, they do eat a certain kind of food, and I've been debating whether to get the main ingredient of the food, which is, don't hate me for this, but molasses. They have been laying like crazy with this stock feed with molasses, and I've been thinking about just getting the molasses and making a mix for them to eat, so I don't have to buy the chicken food or the stock food. But the price has been going up and up and up on this stock feed. It used to be $9 a couple years ago. It was the cheapest one. It was like $8 and change, so $9 a bag. Now it's almost $14 a bag. It's just the price keeps going up and up and up. And you're like, oh, you know, it goes up. It went up $2 in the past couple months, maybe the last 6 months. But $2 is a big change when you're buying it on a regular basis. If you have chickens or goats or other animals, you know what I mean? Like, it adds up, and you're constantly buying more. Every dollar matters. Well, today at the feed store, because it went up $2 in the last couple of 6 months, I decided that I'm going to get a few extra bags of feed. I have to be mindful of where I store it so that the mice don't get it. If you live on a farm, it's not that I'm dirty. There's just stuff living out there. It's a forest. There's an ecosystem. I'm adding to the ecosystem with all this feed. And I have to be mindful of, can rodents get into it, and is it going to go bad? So I've got to be careful. But I got 6 extra bags today. And I mean, overall, what if I'm going to save like $12, which is an extra bag of feed, which is an extra couple weeks of feeding chickens and getting eggs. So I think it's worth it. Yeah. Well, anyway, the last thing I want to talk about in terms of stockpiling for supplies, what I'm doing anyway, is I did buy a battery yesterday, and I'm going to pick it up tomorrow. It's getting delivered. It was supposed to get delivered today, but it didn't, so I've got to go back tomorrow. My current battery that's in my truck that I want to use for like #van life and go camping in, it's been around for 4 years. It's still cranking up. You know, it's cranking up slowly. So I know that I'm going to get a new battery in the near future. I'm really worried about tariffs from Mexico. I do recall reading an article that said a lot of batteries come from Mexico. If we have tariffs, and that's 25% tariff, batteries are already $250. they're going to go up to $325. That's $75 more money that I don't want to spend. I don't. Do you? Do you want to spend $75 extra dollars? So I bit the bullet and I said I'm going to buy a new battery now. I'll use the old battery in the Envoy until it dies, and we're going to put the newer battery somewhere where it can be safe, and it's got a 4-year warranty on it. So if in the next 4 years it dies, I'll just get a new one. Save myself whatever it costs in 4 years. How much were they 4 years ago when I bought that battery? I don't think it was over $200 when I bought the new battery. I said this is 4 years old. I don't know. Maybe I'm making a mountain out of a molehill. Maybe this is nothing. Maybe there'll be no tariffs. Maybe the world will change. But the way that things are going right now, I just don't see that. So I'm making a conscious effort to prepare and to make sure that I am ready for whatever comes. And if we have zombies, who's going to protect me? Rebecca, are you going to protect me? Come here, Rebecca. Nope, they don't want to come. They're sleeping. Can you see them? There's Rebecca. She's going to protect me from the zombies. We've already decided that. And I'll just give her extra rice or whatever she feels like eating. Right, so thanks for watching. That's how I'm preparing for zombies and tariffs and increases in costs. Thanks for watching, and see you later. Bye. Bye-bye.